Hi, my name is Mandolin Royal, and I'm outside in the cold. It's 21 degrees right now for the high, and we've been below freezing for almost a week now, with another week of it coming up. So here in a second, I'll move into the barn and show you how the birds are coping with that. We got a fresh 3 inches of snow. The pigs are well equipped for it. They're nice and hairy. I brought my 2 dogs out to run because they're feeling pretty pent up. I didn't bring the little recently rescued Yorkie. Just these 2 dopey girls so they can burn off some energy. Well, we're gonna head into the barn, see what's happening inside there. So I'm going pen by pen, mostly checking on the boys to see what their combs are doing. Well, this guy hasn't lost anything at all to frostbite. And since we do have this pretty big barn, there's no way I'm going to heat that. If we do get below freezing, down below 0 really, then we will go through and plastic the runs to help build up some heat inside. But I'm going to go ahead and look in some other pens too. With the snow, I'm not too worried about letting them out today. That guy back there is doing good. Girls look good. Watch out, puppy. My biggest boy with the biggest comb, it was looking a little purple, so we'll see. Waddles look good. Guy next door looks good. Nothing's turning black. I don't think we're going to lose any tissue there. And our overnight lows have been getting dang near to 0. We are in zone 6B. Supposedly that's as cold as we can expect it to get. But so far so good for the birds. I've got a couple other pens to check, but I got to start doing drinkers and collecting these eggs before they turn into ice cubes. So let me knock out some chores and we'll get back to this. So I'm a week into my cold weather preparation. I'm inside the hatch room right now, and what I did was set up a refill and thaw station. Because when you start heating your water drinkers, you're going to add humidity, and humidity is the leading cause of frostbite. So I try to avoid that. That and the expense of outfitting all of the pens for it, that's going to add up pretty quick, and I'm not sure the convenience is worth it in this case. So both of these garbage cans, I use them to support tabletop to put frozen drinkers on. And I had these filled with water, giving me a 64-gallon reserve of thawed out room temperature water. And I'm hoping our temperatures increase soon enough to make the hose operational so that I don't have to lug water out here in 5-gallon buckets, because that's going to suck a lot. That filthy bucket down there, that's for the ducks. They're not in the barn, they're out in their own pen, so we'll go check in with them too. I don't know if I told you guys that I added Muscovy ducks, but I did, and they are troopers. But I'm going to go ahead and keep moving on cycling out frozen for fresh water. Depending on temperatures, I've got to do it at least once a day, but sometimes twice a day. It just depends. So I think I've got 1 more day's worth of water in these cans. And then I'm going to have to figure out getting more water out here. The ducks seem to be coping fantastic. And that's good news, because their shelter is pretty much a tractor that we wrapped in plastic. And they seem nothing but contented, going about and doing what they do, tracking up the snow up to that point, and then going back into their shelter. But they're nice and perky and active, and they're not afraid of the dogs running around either. But I can't feel my fingers, so back to the barn. Now, obviously, it's not January without brooders of chicks going. With some more in the incubator, because I needed to get a head start on this season and start getting some more chicken in the freezer, because we ran out since we started doing more of a keto type diet, I'm going to try to keep up with our new dietary needs. So here we are, off to a start of 2024. Moving on. If you remember the earlier video where I introduced the Shentekler male, he's of course rocking winter. And I'm going to take you over and show you the first offspring that I got from him, hybridized with the American breast. Because my aim there is to see about getting this cushion comb with the table traits of the American breast. A little more fleshing, a little faster growth rate. We'll see. I'm going to need about 5-7 years to even get a good groove going on with that idea. But let me show you what I got so far. 13 eggs collected today. None of them are frozen, so I got here in time. I'll have to come back later and refresh any water that froze and look for more eggs, because I've got about 34 girls that ought to be laying. And today might be an off day for some of them, but not bad. We'll eat these. I have enough going right now for this time of year, so breakfast it is. This batch of babies is about 12 weeks old now, and this is the hybrid. So far just one. I set 2 eggs, 1 hatched. Toes are a lot straighter than the sire's toes. The stance is wider, the fleshing is stronger. The winter-proof cushion comb is there, as compared to a pure breast baby. But the bodies are different, the tails are going to be different, the heads are different. We'll see how this shapes up. But I'm leaning towards this being a cockerel, but now that the voice is changing at this age, it might be a pullet. I don't know. It's kind of annoying how difficult they are to get their gender figured out. So we'll see. I'll update again. It's a neat little bird. And chunky. I like chunky birds a lot. Everyone else in this pen is a boy. So if they start getting dramatic and it is a female, I'll probably have to pull her out and figure out a different situation for her. We'll see. She's got another 4 or 5 weeks before we can confirm gender. The breast boys, they make it real obvious who's a boy. But the benefit to these guys being grown out this time of year, their combs are not likely to get oversized because they're coping with cold while they're growing rather than heat. When you grow them in the middle of summer and they have to cope with heat, those combs are probably going to get a little oversized. So it's just another tidbit to keep in mind on planning how many you want to hatch and when you want to grow them out for what you're looking for. But I'm now thoroughly cold. I'm going to head back to the house and warm up and get this video put together and posted for you guys. So more on this later. Feel free to like and subscribe as we head towards spring.